But in the excitement of the moment, she couldn't be bothered to argue. She scrambled onto the windowsill and looked down at her dad. His hair always stood on end, as if he'd just electrocuted himself, and he was smiling the big cheerful smile he always smiled. His beard was still smouldering, and she could see that one of the lenses of his thick black glasses was broken. He held out his arms, ready to catch her. Tilly stood there in her pyjamas. "I'm frightened," she stammered. "Don't be such a scaredy cat. It's hardly any distance at all. Come on." Tilly knew that if her mummy was still alive, she wouldn't let her do anything like this. Tilly missed her very much, but if there was any good side at all to her mummy dying, it was that she could do the crazy stuff her dad let her do, like jumping out of windows. "Life is for living, Tilly, my love," shouted her dad. "You only live once." "Here I come," she shouted back, and she jumped off the ledge and landed safely in his arms. "That's my girl. Come and look at this," said her dad, carrying her quickly to the shed. It was quite a small shed, but it was jam-packed with machinery. There were wires everywhere, as if the whole place was full of brightly coloured spaghetti. Lights blinked, wheels turned, and some things just shook and gurgled. "What is it?" asked Tilly. "It's a time machine," said her dad. "They tell me I'd never get it to work, but finally it does. This evening I've already been to visit Admiral Nelson at the Battle of Trafalgar and to the 1966 World Cup final. You wouldn't believe it. I met the German goalkeeper, Hans Tilkowski, and Jeff Hurst. He scored 3 goals for England, although some people think his third goal didn't actually cross the line." These things didn't mean much to Tilly, but she could see that they impressed her dad. "Come on," he said, twiddling some dials and tapping away at his computer keyboard. "Where would you like to go? You can go anywhere you like at any time in history, although at the moment I can only manage to stay there for a minute or two, then I pop straight back." "Anywhere at all?" asked Tilly. "That's right, anywhere at all." "At any time I like?" "At any time you like," said her dad. "You could see a chariot race in ancient Rome, or travel with the Pilgrim Fathers to America, or, aren't you doing a school project about Victorian England? You could go there if you like." Tilly thought hard. She knew at once where she wanted to go, but she was afraid to say, in case her dad got upset. "Come on," he said enthusiastically. "You could see what life was really like for children in Victorian times. You could even meet Queen Victoria." And he turned to his machine and started typing in the details for Buckingham Palace during the reign of Queen Victoria. "I'd like to go back to my 6th birthday, when Mummy was still here," said Tilly. She didn't mean to say it out loud, but it just came out, because that's what she was thinking, and that's where she really wanted to go. She knew her dad didn't like talking about her mummy, or the fact that she had died, because it made him sad. He stopped what he was doing and sat very still for a moment. He sniffed hard a couple of times, and his eyes sparkled as if he was about to cry. Then he turned to Tilly. "Are you sure you want to go back to your 6th birthday, Angel? Mummy was very poorly then, wasn't she?" "But she was very smiley," said Tilly. "And that's when the photo was taken, the one I keep next to my bed, the one where everyone's laughing. It's the last photo of Mummy." Her dad took her in his arms and hugged her very tightly. "Oh, Tilly, you're such a lovely little girl. Of course you want to see your Mummy. Why didn't I think of that?" One of her dad's arms was wrapped right round her head, and Tilly could hear the loud ticking of the watch he wore on his wrist. She liked her dad's watch because her Mummy had given it to him the Christmas before she died. On the back it had an engraving that read, "To my darling John, I will love you for all time. Love, Julia. Kiss." It was a very special watch. Not only did it have an extra loud tick, but it could tell you the day and the date and what time sunrise and sunset were going to be, and it also worked as a compass. Her dad was very pleased when he got it, and he always wore it. Tilly also liked being hugged tightly, but after a while she found it a bit difficult to breathe. Her face was pressed into her dad's jumper, and when she tried to speak, her voice came out all muffled. "You're holding me too tight," she said through the thick wall.